Hi guys, so today I want to share 5 keto snacks / meals that are pretty easy to put together and they're super delicious. Now this first one, we're going to make some keto beef enchiladas, and this is one of my faves. Now to start this recipe off, you're going to brown some ground beef and some minced onion in a skillet. You're also going to season it. Now if you have a taco pack seasoning, you can use that, but if not, just add some onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, chili powder, and salt and pepper. Now once that meat is nice and brown, go ahead and set it aside. Now you're going to need 3 different types of cheese for this recipe. You're going to need mozzarella, cheddar, and parm. You want them freshly shredded. You don't want to use the pre-shredded cheese because it has a bunch of fillers in there and it really doesn't melt well. So make sure you shred your cheese off the block. Now, depending on the size that you want your cheese tortilla, you're going to make little balls of cheese and you're going to put it on some parchment paper and you're going to pop it in the oven at 350 for 6 to 8 minutes. Now, once that's done, you're going to go ahead and take it out and you're going to let it sit for about 2 minutes so the cheese can set. Next, you're going to take your cheese tortilla, you're going to flip it upside down and you're just going to fill it with your meat filling and you're just going to roll it up. So next, I'm just going to go ahead and add them to a little baking dish and I'm going to top it with some more cheese. And then you're going to add your favorite keto enchilada sauce, or you can add some salsa to the top. And you're just going to pop it back in the oven under the broiler long enough for the cheese to melt on top. And then when you pull it out of the oven, you can just top it with your favorite toppings. You can roll vegetables in this. You can roll shredded chicken in this. But I love the ground beef. So for the next recipe, we're going to make a Philly cheesesteak stuffed portobello mushroom. If you're a mushroom lover, you're going to love this. Now we're going to start this recipe off by browning some ground beef, some minced onion, and some bell pepper in a skillet. Now you do want to season it. I use some onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, and maybe a little bit of paprika. I think that's what I used. So once your meat is done, you're going to go ahead and set it aside to cool. Now here are the rest of the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need some portobello mushrooms. Here is our meat mixture. You're also going to need some light mayo. I didn't have light, so I just used regular mayo. You're going to need a little bit of cream cheese at room temp, and you're going to need some provolone cheese. Now the first thing you're going to do is prep your mushrooms. You want to take a spoon and you want to remove all the gills and you want to remove that stem. Now to the tops of your mushrooms, you're going to go ahead and spray them with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray, and you're going to add some salt and pepper. Next, you're going to go ahead and add your cream cheese, your mayo, and your provolone cheese to your meat mixture. You're going to mix it well. And then we're going to go ahead and fill our mushrooms, and then we're going to top it with a little bit more provolone cheese. And then we're going to pop this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. We're going to top it with a little bit of chopped parsley. Yes. Next on the menu, we're going to be making some chicken Caesar salad tacos. Now for this recipe, you're going to go ahead and start off by making a chicken Caesar salad. You want to take your lettuce and your shredded chicken, your Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. You can throw in some tomatoes if you'd like. And you're going to add your favorite low carb Caesar salad dressing. You're going to go ahead and give that a toss and set it aside. Now to make the tortilla, you're going to take a little bit of Parmesan cheese, freshly grated Parmesan cheese. You don't want to use what's in the can, because I'm using what's in the can and it did not come out right, you guys. I just wanted to see if I could use it, even though it said freshly grated. But it just came out a little dry, so you can use it, but it's not going to come out as perfect as it would as if it was freshly grated. And you do want to use a non-stick skillet. I'm not using that because I don't have one. I only have a couple of cast iron, but I just wanted to see if I could do it anyway. But you're going to spread your Parmesan cheese out in your skillet into a tortilla shape. You want it nice and thin. You're going to let it cook for a couple of minutes on each side. You're going to take a cupcake pan and you're going to flip it upside down. And while the tortilla is still warm, you want to stick it in between so it can shape itself into a taco shell. Next, you're just going to take your salad and fill your shell. And there you have it, your chicken Caesar salad tacos. So the next recipe, we're going to be making some baked tomatoes with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and mozzarella and some fresh basil. You're going to make some tomato steaks. You just want to cut some really thick pieces of tomato. You're going to put them on your parchment paper on your sheet pan. You want to season them up with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then you're going to top them with some Parmesan cheese and some mozzarella cheese. And then you want to add some freshly chopped basil to the top of that. And then we're going to drizzle on some olive oil. Next, we're going to go ahead and pop these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 6 to 8 minutes. So guys, this last recipe is my second favorite. We're going to be making some keto popcorn chicken. Now I took a chicken breast and I cut it up into bite-sized pieces. If you want to make a full chicken breast, you can, or if you want to make chicken fingers, you can. You'll just have to bake it in the oven a little bit longer. Now I'm going to season my chicken with some onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, soul food seasoning, some garlic salt, and a little bit of paprika. You just want to make sure you don't add too much salt, depending on how salty your pork skins are. Now for the coating, you're going to need some pork skin or chicharrones. Max is my favorite because it doesn't really have that artificial taste I don't like. You're going to put your skins in a plastic baggie and then you're going to beat it until it's nice and crumbly. Or if you have a food processor that's large enough, you can use that. You're also going to take a couple of eggs and you're going to make an egg wash. Next, we're just going to take our chicken and we're going to dip it in our egg wash, and then we're going to fully coat it in our crumbs. Now you're just going to line a baking sheet with some parchment paper or some foil paper. And then you're going to add your chicken to it. Next, you're going to pop it in the oven at 400 degrees and you're going to let it bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. It all depends on the size of your chicken. The perfect popcorn chicken. It's so crispy and so seasoned and so delicious. Yum.